Four Sixes is still in production 2 years after its initial announcement, and we, as massive fans of the Yellowstone franchise, are losing our patience over it. Previously, we were consoling ourselves with the Four Sixes scenes within Yellowstone. I mean, it was a very smart move on Taylor Sheridan's part. He made us get familiar to this new series by simply including some glimpses of it in a show that is already beloved. Also, since Jimmy has been one of the favorite characters on Yellowstone, it was nice to continue to follow his journey to the Four Sixes Ranch and see what he has been up to after Yellowstone. Nevertheless, we have to admit that none of these brief scenes were enough to appease our hunger for the Four Sixes. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like 2 years is a pretty long time for a show to be released, especially for a pretty fast writer like Sheridan. In fact, I'm sure he already knows what will the show be about, who will lead the story, and even how the story will come to an end. Because he is one of those writers who already made up his mind on everything even before the story begins. Still, in recent interviews, he refuses to be open about the official release date of the show, which is quite concerning. Thankfully, we continue to get some leaks on who will star in the show, and in today's video, I'll share all these new juicy details with you guys. But first, let me briefly introduce the Four Sixes Ranch just in case there are still some people out there who are oblivious about this magnificent structure. The Four Sixes Ranch is a historic and iconic cattle ranch located in Texas, USA. It is one of the oldest and largest working ranches in the state and is renowned for its rich history, vast land, and long-standing tradition of raising high-quality livestock. The ranch was founded in 1870 by Samuel Burke Burnett, a legendary figure in Texas ranching history. The name Four Sixes comes from the original cattle brand used by Burnett, which featured 4 sixes. Over the years, the ranch has become synonymous with excellence in cattle breeding and ranching practices. The Four Sixes Ranch covers an extensive area of land, approximately 275,000 acres. Just this brief information alone must be more than enough for you guys to understand the significance of the ranch in the development of cattle ranching in the United States. It has a legendary status in the country scene, meaning that it deserves a show that honors it. Now, I believe this was Sheridan's initial intention when coming up with this idea. He grew up with stories regarding this particular ranch and thus was always obsessed with it. When he got the chance to buy the ranch, he realized that his dreams were about to come true. Here is the thing you need to understand about Sheridan. He values his TV series, but not more than the ranches themselves. And this is why he is so picky about the Four Sixes series. He's taking his time because he knows that a TV show production on the ranch might disrupt many operations, as well as the lives of the people who are dependent on the ranch. Thus, he made it clear in a recent interview that this show will take time and the fans must be patient about it. Are we patient, though? Well, I am personally about to reach my limit, but hey, it's just me. What about the casting of the show, which seems like the only aspect of the show that we see some developments? Well, first of all, Jefferson White will reprise his role as Jimmy, as we saw in Yellowstone Season 4 and 5. Of course, he will have his new girlfriend Emily, played by Catherine Kelly, alongside him. I admit that they have a really good chemistry, and it is very much apparent that they are in love, so I have no complaints about seeing them both. That being said, I still hope for justice for Mia, as she didn't deserve such a messed up ending in her romance with Jamie. Thus, I expect to see Mia in the new show as a guest star, who is ready to take her revenge eventually. Also, it seems like our beloved Walker, played by Ryan Bingham, will also be in Four Sixes. The interesting thing is that his girlfriend Laramie, played by Hesse Harrison, is also likely to follow him all the way to Texas, which would be great. This means that almost half of the bunkhouse will end up in Four Sixes, and I'm here for it. Now, as you might also realize, there is one thing missing here. Yes, you guessed it right. We don't have an A-list actor to carry the show, which is the method Sheridan tends to follow in his shows. There are 2 options to solve this problem. The first option is to transfer characters like Beth and Rip to Four Sixes after Yellowstone's ending and give them a fresh start. The second option is to cast Matthew McConaughey in Four Sixes, rather than the new Yellowstone sequel, which might never come to fruition. I'm not sure which option would work the best, but I know for sure that Sheridan will make this show work either way. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Four Sixes show? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.